in north. So I have eliminated my fourth loser, and I only have 3. I'm good to go again. I should now be able to make 4 hearts because I've eliminated that loser. I've done it in the shorthand, and by that I mean I've got 5 trumps in my hand in south. I've only got 3. If you now count them, I've won a trick in north with the 9 of hearts. I can take all the other tricks in hearts, all 5 of them. That means I've won 6 tricks in a heart suit. Between north and south, 5, plus the one I've roughed, 6. There was an option. The opposition created for me a void in clubs. I could have roughed the 3 and 2 of clubs from north, roughing them in south, in the long hand. Achieves absolutely nothing, because I was going to win those trumps in the south hand anyway. You only add extra tricks if the trump suits are of equal length or shorter. You don't try and rough in the long suit. Okay, a quick canter through that, and as I say, it will take a long time to recognise the opportunities, but what essentially you're doing is looking for the shortage in one hand relative to the other and trying to manoeuvre things around so that you can rough in the short hand. And you just got to be careful. Although they say take out trumps as soon as you can, it's not always straight away. Sometimes you can't afford to do that. So, declare a play in a suit contract. Identify your losers. The book says identify your winners as well. It's always useful to do that, but you tend naturally to look at them and go, oh, I can win all those. What you really need to do and focus on is identifying the loser that you can get rid of. Count your losers and establish which one is the critical one that you can actually do something about, or the 2 that you can do something about. Make a plan to eliminate enough of your losers to make your contract, or to make extra tricks. If you can see a way to do that, it's worth doing. Decide whether you can afford to draw trumps. In the first example I gave you, you couldn't, because if you were to lose the lead, you were going to let them into a suit that you had no defence in. Identify a work suit. Well, if you've got the ace-king in one hand and you've got queen rag rag in the other hand, you can get rid of a loser with that queen. So it's still the same as when you were playing no trumps. You can perhaps identify a work suit that allows you to develop and throw away your losers. Look for roughs in the short hand, a hand with fewer trump cards. If it's 4 and 4, it doesn't matter. But if it's 5 and 3, you need to be roughing in the 3. The default is to draw trumps, even if the suit looks poor. But that's the default. You have to decide whether you can afford to do that first. But it's always worth drawing trumps. And count the trump suit as you are drawing trumps. Now they recommend count downwards, i.e. you've got 8, the opposition have got 5, you play the ace, 1 comes down either side of you, they've now only got 3, play the king, 2 more come down, they've only got 1, play the queen, that's got rid of the last one. That's one way of doing it. People's brains work in different ways. Another way is play a trump, they both follow. Play another trump, they both follow. Okay, that's 2 rounds, that's 8. I've got 9, 10, 11, 12, there's only one left. So it depends however it suits you. The recommendation is count downwards, but you don't have to do that. Do whatever suits you. What's important is you count them and you know how many trumps the opposition have got. Right, I've done enough talking. Any questions? As I say, it takes a long time to get used to this idea. So don't worry if you're a bit at the moment.
I suppose if you had 5 in one hand and 2 in the other, and you started playing that suit and it wasn't trumps, it's possible the opponents might have voids or something, and
oh, yes.
you might lose tricks by this method, which
oh, yeah.
you wouldn't lose if you drew trumps, would you? But
yes, but you've already worked out that you haven't got enough, that you got, for example, 4 losers, and you need to get rid of one. So you're trying to find a way. There's no guarantee that you will do it, because they might overruff you. But you just, you're taking a chance. It's better than sitting doing nothing. Because sit doing nothing, you go down 1, guaranteed. Find a way of getting around it.
So, you had the example of 3 diamonds,
yeah.
4 cards. Now, if they come out with the queen, say, and they take that, and then come out with the king, and then come out with the ace, then, you know, they've won that 3, haven't they?
Yeah. If they lead the diamonds, they've taken 4 tricks, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Okay, so that, yeah.
Okay?
So it's
You're just capitalising on the fact that they came out with a suit and you've gone, ooh, lucky. Now I can do something about it. If they'd led a diamond, there's nothing you can do about it.
No, you've lost them.
But then everybody else playing that hand probably will have lost it as well. Unless, of course, a spade had been led and they could wangle their way around it. So it's all a case of trying to manoeuvre your way around the suits, particularly using short suits. We'll play trumps tonight. The boards are more or less the same, not quite the same as last week. Some of them are, some of them aren't. The next couple of weeks we'll do the same, but there will be different boards. So lots of practice of this. And as I say, it's not something that's intuitive. Intuitive is to look at the high cards, look at your winners and play that. It's counterintuitive to look for the losers and try to avoid losing them. But if you can start to think along those lines, that's a good way of doing it. If not, you can still enjoy bridge.
I've changed that. You scored 1% where I was sitting.